Hello everyone, I'm here on Water Street in New Haven, Connecticut, and a new project just started last week. This is the Water Street cycletrack project. A relatively short project, only 2 blocks long, but it's going to be an absolutely critical part of the city's overall active transportation network. So I thought I'd give an overview of the project and check out some of the progress that's been done in the last week. Let's go check it out. Starting on the western end, we have the intersection of Water Street, which is behind me. We have State Street North, State Street South, North Frontage Road, which is closed, and Union Avenue, which goes all the way down to Union Station, the train station for the city. And this is the western project limit because this intersection is really going to become the nexus of active transportation infrastructure once everything gets built out. So we need something here going down this way on Water Street to hook up to some infrastructure over there. So over here, the project is going to start by building a curb-separated bike path starting from here. So right now we have this really wide sidewalk. The idea is that in the future this will extend all the way down to Union Station and be either at some points mixed use, some points just bike only. But right now people can kind of bike up here. We have North Frontage Road, which is closed. I'm going to zoom in on there. Right now it's a painted cycle track as an interim condition that's going to become kind of a really well done linear park with a path through it. And then we have the State Street project, which is going to build a protected cycle track all the way up this way. So as people come and they bike into this area, they're going to come over here and pick up the path as they cross the intersection, and then it's going to head over the bridge. Now over the bridge is the one and only section of the Water Street cycle track that won't be entirely curb protected. It'll have the flex post delineators over the bridge, but the big reason is because of the bridge. Bridges are designed to carry a certain amount of weight on them, and as you can imagine, putting in new curb, asphalt, and concrete, that stuff's pretty heavy. And once you put that over the bridge, now the bridge can't carry as much weight for vehicles as it was designed to. So in order to maintain, the design of the bridge for what's designed to carry, the cycle track will actually dip down onto the road. So over there, the sidewalk will ramp down. Over the bridge, it will be striped and have a buffer of delineators. And then over here where the cones start, the sidewalk will ramp back up so people will be able to get up onto a multi-use path. Once people get over the bridge, we start coming down Water Street, and this whole sidewalk is going to get torn up and replaced with a new asphalt multi-use path for bikes and pedestrians. You can see here that saw cut line in the road and the survey nail. So this saw cut line is about where the new curb is going to be installed. So this existing sidewalk is going to become much wider so that it can carry 2 directions of bike traffic. Just really improve the condition of the sidewalk as well, clean it up a bit. Now we're going to head down and look at some work that's already been done. Now approaching the eastern project limit down by the Olive Street intersection, we can see some curb that's already been installed. That saw cut line I showed before, you can see how the new curb lines up there. So that saw cut line allows the crew to excavate the road in a nice clean line, excavate the material, and install that new curb. This gives an idea of how wide the cycle track will be. So this area before was really just some dirt and grass and a wide shoulder of the road. So the road is pretty much staying exactly as is with the lane configuration. This is just really building out a nice paved section for people to use instead of the unusable grass section before. So here you can see the curb has been installed. The curb is actually pretty deep. It's about 18 inches deep, but most of it is below the road. That gets buried and has some concrete poured to hold it in place. And you really only see the top 6 inches of the curb once everything is installed. You see they've filled in the area here with some processed aggregate base just to build up the curb there. That's what's going to sit underneath the asphalt cycle track. So think about how a road is built. You have this base material underneath that gets rolled and compacted, and then the asphalt gets paved right on top of it. So here at Olive Street is the end of the project. We just came from up there. And the cycle track will continue going this way, some new curb, and tie into this existing cycle track. So that was built as part of the Farmington Canal Trail Extension project, which kind of pops out at the intersection of Grove and Orange in downtown New Haven. And as part of that project, they're designating Olive Street as an on-road bike route to get from there down to here. Olive Street's pretty narrow, so they couldn't build a dedicated cycle track. There's going to be some signage. People will come down here, Then they're going to need to get up onto the cycle track, some new ramps, and they're going to be able to continue all the way down that way towards Long Wharf into the harbor. So as you can see, there's a lot of existing and planned bike infrastructure in the area. You can kind of tell how the Water Street cycle track really ties everything together. So people coming down this way, people coming down the Canal Trail on-road route, get to pick up this cycle track, get to head that way. At the traffic signal, you can either go straight through and head towards the East Shore, towards East Haven, or you can hang a right and go towards Long Wharf. You're really going to have this cohesive network to get between all these different areas of the city. So what's going to happen next in terms of construction progress through here? So they're still going to keep working on setting this curb. As you can see here, it's like the full section of curb. Each time there's a joint that gets poured with a concrete footing to hold it in place. Then the front roadside will be backfilled with asphalt. So they're going to keep working on the curb. Once all the curb gets set, they're going to excavate this area, prepare the base material for the asphalt cycle track. Then eventually the cycle track will get paved. There's a few other things to do. There's some concrete ramps up there, concrete driveway. Some of these utility manholes that used to be down at road level, now they have to be raised up to the level of the cycle track. So the utility companies will come in and raise these manholes up to the right level, so you don't dip down. There's no holes in the cycle track. Otherwise, it's a relatively simple project. And keep watching, stay up to date on the progress of the cycle track.